Hey everybody, Rory from ANS Gear. We're looking at the Empire Defender right here. So this is a very unique gun. It's kind of a gun and a loader all in one right here. So this is what the box looks like right here. It's a nice big box because the gun is not a tiny little gun. It's quite a big gun right there. So that's what it looks like right here. We've got a loading system that's built into the stock of the gun. This loader, which is kind of like a prophecy loader, but just put into a different housing, feeds up to the front of the gun and then down into the gun, and it shoots out of there. So we got a prophecy style loader in the back with like an axe mini GS style gun in the front. I'm going to sneeze, I think. If I do, nope. It's coming though. I can feel it. Anyway, let's get this open. All right. So we take the top off. Got some foam here to get out of the way. And then we've got our bits here. So we've got a CD or DVD right here of a manual. We've got a basic like quick start little manual. We've got our barrel sleeve. Upside down. Let me turn this around. There you go. That's more like it. So our barrel sleeve. We've got a spare parts kit. We have our battery pack. And this battery pack runs both the gun and the loader. So with these 6 AA's right here, it powers the entire gun and loader. We've got our optional speed feed we want to put on there. We've got our marker itself. We've got 2 different barrels. We've got the standard barrel that comes with it. And then we have the Apex barrel. We'll talk about that in just a second. And then plus we have 1, 2, 3 inserts that come along with this. So a 680, a 685, and a 690 insert. These inserts are the same inserts as you would see in the Freak barrel system. So all of those inserts are compatible with this setup as well. So we're going to put those back in there because we'll use one in a minute. And then there we go. So let's get out this, and this. Our 2 barrels, and I think 1 insert fell down here. Yes, it did. So 1 insert, and we'll push these to the side, and we'll talk about everything that you see here. So the gun itself, we'll talk about the accessories for the gun. So the barrel, you've got 2 barrels. You've got your basic, this looks like a 12-inch barrel right here. Takes the inserts right there in the back, so you can adjust the bore sizing to whatever insert size you want to put in there. Whatever your paint happens to be, you can slide that in there. And it's just a very basic barrel. It has that kind of matching aesthetic for the whole gun there. Now I've also got the Apex barrel. So the Apex barrel is a little bit different when it comes to a barrel system. Not a lot of people know about it. You can buy it separately for other markers, but it comes with the Defender. So what the Apex barrel is, again, it is Freak barrel ready or Freak insert ready. So you can just get your inserts inside there. But this thing does a couple different things. So this whole front shroud that's up here can rotate. So I can turn this whole thing, and I'm not unscrewing it off the gun. I'm actually just rotating it around. If you look at the top right here of the barrel, it has a slider on it where we can slide this from the back up to the front right there. Now, you might not be able to see in there, but maybe you can. I don't know. I can't see in there on my monitor. But there's a little tongue that's inside there, or like a flap or a ramp. And as I adjust this, it changes where that ramp sits inside here. So as the ball travels through, it's going to hit that ramp and it's going to start to spin. And basically this works like an adjustable flatline barrel from Tippmann right there. So it's going to create a spin on the ball, a backspin on the ball. And if you have your adjuster vertical like this, the ball is going to come out and it's going to want to lift up and go further. Now you have to, accommodate for the rise of the ball if you're trying to shoot distance or whatever. But let's say you don't want it to go up because you're going to create that rise with this. If you have any kind of tongue laying down or ramp in there, it's going to make that ball spin. If you have it all the way back, it doesn't affect the ball in any way. So you can turn the ramp or the spin off if you want. But if you push that forward and then rotate your barrel to the side, now instead of spinning up, now it's spinning to the side, and it's going to want to curve out in that direction. So you can purposefully put a curve on your ball if you want to do that. So that's what the apex barrel is for right there. And again, freak insert ready. Now the gun itself, we've got some rails up at the front, some Picatinny style rails. We've got a grip on the front. This grip you can take off if you don't want that on there. We've got our standard setup that we see on the Mini GS, the Axe 2.0, where your tank is going to come in on the bottom right here. And this is your regulator that's on the bottom here. So we set our pressure at around 200 degrees. There's no reason to go, or 200 degrees, 200 PSI. We don't want to go over. So usually right about 185 to 200 is the sweet spot right there. And then you use your lever right here. So flip that on. That's going to gas up the gun. Gas is going to come up into the gun here. A velocity adjustment is done through here. So you can take an Allen key, you put it into the hole, and then you turn it, and that's going to rotate the back of the setup inside there. Just like on an Axe 2.0 or a Mini GS, where you turn the back of the bolt assembly to adjust velocity. You're doing the same thing, just you can't get to the back from the back. So you have to get through the sides. So they've got a cutout on the side right there. You've got your selector right here for your safety, and then your semi. Then these two are programmable. I believe you can have two different firing modes put in there. Your on-off button is right here on the side. You got a little light right there that tells you when it's on and when it's off. And then your eye covers can come off right there. So this gets you to your eye cover assembly right here. You can take that little piece of tape out of the way and get to cleaning your eyes or changing out your detents, whatever you need to do. And this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is on the other side as well. So your other eye is on the other side. You just slide that down, and then you can pop your eye cover off and get to the same parts on the other side. So it makes it easy to clean up your eyes. If you break paint in it, whatever you do, you can do that and clean it up. All right, so now let's talk about the loader, the batteries, those kind of things. So our batteries are going to go in the back side right here. This has a little kind of push button assembly on the side here, which is going to allow it to come apart right there. And I actually popped it all the way out because I pushed it too far. It's just two little springs right there with two little nubs on each side, and they're going to pop out. So you just want to push those in, and that's going to allow you to slide this thing off. And then we take our battery harness right here. So this just has 6 AA batteries in it. We drop it down inside, and then we put that on, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to take this off real quick. I'm going to drop this down in. I'm going to slide this over, push in my pins, and that should be on there right there. Moving over to our loading assembly right here. This flips up and allows us to pour our paint right inside there. You can see our little spinner is down inside there. If we wanted to put our speed feed on, it's very, very simple. You just take this screw out that's on the back side right here. This little block that's right here just lifts off, and it allows the lid to come off. We would set our new lid in, put our block back on, and then we're done. It makes it very, very simple to switch out. Not hard in any way. And then last thing that I want to show you guys before we power this thing up real quick is this rail right here. So this allows you to get to the top side of your gun. So let me pull this off so you can see it up in here. So our loader is going to take the paint and it's going to push it up a ramp that's right here. And it's going to push it along the top, and then it's going to push it down into the breech. So the paint goes and down in there. One thing to remember about this gun is if you only have enough paintballs in here to get to this point, the paintballs that are in here will not be forced into the loader because there needs to be paintballs to push the paintballs that are right here. So if you've only got paint that goes to here and nothing left in your loader housing, it's not going to be able to push this paint all the way in there. So you got to remember to load your loader a little bit more often than you would a standard loader, just because you need those extra 10, 15 balls to push these balls forward. I guess you could kind of like rock it forward and get a couple shots in there, but nobody wants to do that. So that's going to go inside there. Now, being able to take this top off does make it easy to clean and get inside of there, but make sure you put this back on. If this is not on here when you try to load paint through your gun, it will just come to here. You'll get a couple balls that drop in, and then it'll keep forcing paint forward, and these will just pop out. So this does need to be on when you're ready to go. But since we've got our loader in there, hopefully these batteries are good. Let's see if we've go here. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're on. Go to here, and then see how I pull the trigger, and my loader spins. So it knows when I'm pulling the trigger that it needs to turn and feed paint in there. So there you go. So it's kind of cool. It's all linked together right there. Pretty trick little setup. Like, I do like the Defenders. I think it's definitely something different, something cool. It's not for everybody. You know, it's not going to, suit everybody's fancy, but definitely a cool little setup right there. The Defender back in stock. Now let's take this bad boy outside and let's do some shooting. All right, guys, we are outside with the Defender right here, our 2-in-1 gun. We've got our gun in the front with our attached loader. We've got it all filled up with some paintballs in there, and we've already got it primed so the paintballs are pushed up to the front. We're gonna set it in some ramping modes and just blast this gun. So here we go. This is the Defender. Just an all-out blaster right here, the Defender, available at ansgear.com.